Good morning. I hope that everyone's had a good weekend, and let's get started. Today we'll be discussing three main topics: what make the five characteristics that make an effective coach, the five characteristics that make an ineffective coach, and the characteristics that make me an ineffective or effective coach. So first, let's get the five characteristics of an effective coach. The first one is they never stop learning. Two, they they listen, they give feedback, they make sure that they get feedback by their athletes, and they're attentive to the athletes' problems and needs. Three, they read the body language of their athletes, and they know whether their focus is elsewhere, or they're injured, or something's wrong with them. Four, they challenge their athletes' new perspective and make them go above and beyond and challenge what they thought they couldn't previously do. And five, they put their athletes first, which means they put the health and safety and knowledge and developmental skills ahead of winning, because they understand that winning will come later. But the five characteristics that makes an ineffective coach would be: one, they're set in their ways. They're not able to adapt and change any of their perspectives. Two, they're not really focused at practice. Like, I had one coach who would talk about video games and stuff in the middle of practice and wasn't really focused, and like that he was on his phone. And number three, they weren't that knowledgeable of the sport. It's like sometimes I felt like I knew more than what the coach actually knew. And four, they put winning first. And five, it just feels like they just don't want to be at practice. They don't want to be at the game. It just seems like they just cut corners just to make practice end faster. What I believe my strengths are is that I I'm very good at explaining complex things in simple ways. I care about my athletes' development. I put that first. Well, second to obviously the athlete's health. And I'm very knowledgeable of the history of sport. I keep up to date on the sport, and I know a lot of different perspectives of the sport. And my weaknesses are I'm a little impatient sometimes. Sometimes I don't quite understand the problems of my athletes, and the ways I could improve on those is obviously just more experience, coaching, learning better communication skills.